Hey guys, welcome to ArtiumPro. In today's video, I'm going to show you where to buy using the ArtiumPro SMC indicator, especially if you're new within our community or if you're new to SMC and you're just getting started with ArtiumPro. This is really going to help the beginners out and people who just want to become a little bit more consistent within their trading. So as always with any trading strategy, the number one thing is going to be your risk management. You've got to have it in place. I would never recommend to trade live until you have your risk management solid. Every single trade, you've got to know what you're doing. You've got to know your entry, your stop loss, and your take profit levels before entering the trade. If you have not got your trading up to that level of being that professional within your trading yet, then do not trade a live account. Make sure you are trading demo. So the asset we're going to be looking at today is the most traded Forex pair, Euro USD. We're going to break this down and we're going to go over the confluences of putting the ArtiumPro SMC indicator together with everything that you can see here. We're going to go over quite a few different things, and I'm going to show you what to look for you to make your entries. So we're going to start out on the daily, and as you can see, we have lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower high. These bottom ones will be your lower lows. Now, after this lower low got hit, we went up and we have created a main change of character, and we have broken for the first time during this down leg all the way. It started back in May of last year. This is the very first time we have broken a lower high structure. So this could start a reversal trend into the opposite direction. Now, if we go to the weekly, we can see order blocks with the ArtiumPro SMC indicator that are going to be our targets. So the very first one, you can see this order block in particular. This order block could be hit, and we could see a retracement back to this order block before continuing back up to the upside. That's a possibility. So whenever you start looking at these different confluences, you want to make sure that you have your proper risk management, because if you get a direction wrong, your stop loss is not going to cost you a whole lot. And then we have 3 other order blocks to the upside after this initial one. That's on the weekly. This is what your 4-hour looks like. You can see lower high, lower high, lower high. We broke that first lower high, second lower high, and we just created a main change of character. And we're continuing up towards this next lower high. One of the things about smart money concepts is you want to catch long trends. So you can see what this particular spot, once we downtrended, this is your low, higher low, higher low. And then we come back down and we made another higher low before making a huge movement to the upside, catching this long trend. So whenever looking at the 1 hour, and you can see that this main change of character actually broke to the upside, just like right here, you can see a lot of times, sometimes it'll get rejected and sell off back down even lower. And this is what it is people that's in the market, it's hitting these stops and it's grabbing this liquidity right there at these previous highs before grabbing the liquidity and then reversing down to the downside. So these are the types of movements that you want to capture. Now, we just had a long consolidation period. We have broken that change of character, and then we broke back below this change of character. Now if we zoom in a little bit and we are on the 1 hour, we can see we are retesting. There's an imbalance here, and this is a huge resistance point for this particular asset, this particular spot. We have a main swing high here, and just like I showed you before over here on this other side, once we had this main change of character and we did break this, we saw this previous highs and liquidity through here. We had basically made equal tops, and then we sold off to the downside. Now you can kind of see that's pretty much kind of where we're at right now. We have this huge resistance area. It's trying to retest these highs, and then could we get a larger movement back down to the downside for some of these order blocks to be hit? Now you can see as we started moving up and we created this high here, we sold back off, we created a new higher high, we sold back off, and now we've created a newer higher high. Is this going to be the time that we see a sell-off back down here towards this order block? This is a 4-hour order block. You could do your trend line here. And then whenever you zoom in, you can start looking for order blocks that are going to be target areas if and when you enter a sale to come back down. Now, because we have pushed up, sold off, pushed up, and sold off, and we've broken this change of character, there is a possibility that it could run here as well. This is where your risk management comes in, and you could run back up towards this previous lower high on the bigger time frame. Now we start zooming into the lower time frames. We've already started getting some confluence on where the overall market is heading on the bigger direction. It does appear to be a reversal back up towards the upside. A lot of times during these reversals, whenever it does reach a peak and we start selling off, it sells off consistently to either create a new lower low or to create a higher low in the order block range. I'll show you real quick. So if we go back up to the 4 hour, so this is your basically your lowest low. Now we've started breaking these structures and we're moving up. Now if this does peak off and we have a huge sell off to the downside, a lot of times it will create a new lower low because it got exhausted, and the longer time frame is sales moving downward. But if this is a confirmation of a reversal, we could come back down here and test these lower order blocks to then bounce and create a new higher high to move in the opposite direction. So to capture this movement, once we peak out, you can expect longer runs to the downside. Currently, right now, we are playing, we're kind of in the middle. It could go up and it could go down. So it's basically your risk management. Would I take this trade if I saw a rejection off this order block? Once we zoom in, right there's the order block. And if we're going to take a short position from this order block, very first thing we're going to do is we're going to have our risk management in place. All right, right there's our trend line we drew before, and right here's our imbalance in this particular spot. Now this would be the furthest I would take this trade, is about the 40 to 50% mark on this imbalance. Some people, according on how you trade, typically if 50% of the imbalance is taken out, it's considered mitigated. So this particular spot right here, you have an imbalance that could be struck along with your trend line liquidity if we do sell back off. So it's basically a 12.5 risk to reward ratio. If we do stop out, it's made a higher high. Now we have broken this main change of character that we saw before, and we saw a rejection back below that main change of character, which is showing a possible, more than likely, this is going to be your peak range if we're going to start selling off. So this would be, in my opinion, a decent trade for a sale, and it's a 12.5 R trade. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's very, if you were to take, the only trades you take are 10 RR trades, and you're anywhere near a 40 to 50% win ratio, you're going to be able to grow a massive account. So right there's an order block. We got to take profit just slightly above that. But this order block could be hit, which is right near that trend line liquidity as well. So that's basically what I do, and it really doesn't matter what assets you look at. You want to start on like the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly. Start getting some confluences on where the asset is moving long term. And then whenever you start zooming in, you can see which particular direction we're going to be moving in the short term. Now, currently we are moving up. We have made a change of character, but one of the things that I'm looking at, so whenever we made this change of character and we broke to the upside, we have sold back off below this main change of character, which is showing me, to me, showing weakness. Because a lot of times once you break a main change of character, if it has a lot of bullish momentum, you won't see this main change of character get hit again. It will continue to push up quickly because everybody that's in sales, and they're thinking, oh, okay, we're consolidating right here's high. I'm going to get in a sale right here and expect it to come back down. It normally breaks out and it continues to push and puts these people that are in sales in drawdown. So once you see this break, and a lot of people stop out, people who do have the risk management in place and they're in sales, and they stop out because it's created a higher high. And then we sell off. It's showing that the bullish momentum isn't as strong as it should be to continue to push up. So in this particular instance, thinking of it logically, you're thinking it's got to sell back off to go back down towards these liquidity spots to grab more liquidity to continue to move up, or vice versa, to sell off back towards that lowest low. So basically I want to make this one video with this one particular trade where the price is currently at to kind of show my thought process whenever I do take trades, some of the things that I think about while using the ArtiumPro SMC indicator to make good, decent trades with your risk management. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like. If you're new to the channel, the first time you've ever seen one of our videos, make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below. You can go over to ArtiumPro.io to try out the product. You can get it for 7 days for just $1. We just got through running some discounts. We'll probably run a Christmas discount coming up, so go ahead and try the product out, and then we'll probably be putting out a discount coupon sometime during this month. As you go through and try the product, you're going to get an email. Make sure you join our Discord channel so you can be with the community. Hope each and every one of you had a great Thanksgiving. Have a good time this month with your families during Christmas. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Take care.